Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So I was watching a video today and a quote by Tolstoy came on, and I'm just like, I'm going to share that in my video today. So before I get into that, please check out, I'm going to stick on my glove because it's a little frigid where I'm at. But before I get into that, I invite you to check out the comments below, and in there I will have a link to my book, You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. And it just gives my journey. I was stuck for 30 plus years in anger, resentment, didn't have self-worth, didn't have self-love, didn't place value on myself. I didn't think I was worthy. I didn't think I was worthy of God's love. And I didn't think I was worthy of anybody's love, to be honest. And I just struggled from past childhood trauma and pains that I couldn't get over, and I was stuck. And when I hit rock bottom in 2015, it scared me. It scared me really bad, and I just decided I needed to surrender to God because I kept doing my way and doing it how I had done every other day of my life previous. And so I just finally had to learn to let go and let God and say, okay, take over. Show me what this looks like. Show me that, you're saying happiness comes from within. I am miserable and I don't know how to find that. I need to find that. Please show me how. And just, I've been on this beautiful God-led journey, and Christ with me, and just really have been led to tools and techniques that have truly helped me. So I encourage you to check that out. This book was written with teens and adults alike in mind because I suffered from all of this stuff in my teen years and well into my adulthood years. It's been now going on 10 years that I have not had depression or suicidal thoughts or have been stuck for days, weeks, months on end in just a pessimistic mind frame and things not going good. So check that out. I invite you to. So what's this quote that I heard today by Tolstoy? It is this. It is, we must overcome what controls us. We must overcome what controls us. So I want you to ask yourself, what is controlling me today? What is controlling me? Is it addictions of any kind? Is it emotions? Is it maybe do we feel like someone else around us is controlling us? By the way, no one can have any control over you. We have that power. We have control. So for the longest time, for decades, I didn't think I had that control. I just thought I was just a pawn and I was just living out my life, and I just didn't think that I had any control over things. But the miracle of it is we have control, and we must overcome what we do feel like. We must overcome what controls us, because there are things that control our thinking. There are things that control, we do allow, and I might be contradicting myself, and I apologize if it sounds like I am, but we must overcome what controls us, because we allow certain attitudes, pessimism, anger, resentment, grief, all of those negative emotions. They are great. They are great to feel. We are supposed to feel those. That's what makes us human. Love, joy, happiness, and all this stuff, like the good and the bad, right? They're all there for us to feel, and we must feel them. But are they controlling our lives? Now, it's okay to let love control your life, because that is a positive. That is something that's going to help you feel euphoric, and that's going to help you feel like, yes, I'm alive. This is what I'm supposed to, and we all love that feeling. But when it's a negative emotion that's we feel like is taking over and controlling our lives, we have a problem. And it's so essential that what Tolstoy said, we must overcome what controls us. So what does control you in your life? What is taking precedence? What is taking control? Is it the lackadaisical side of you? We all have it, right? We all get this choice. We all have choices come to the forefront of our mind. So is it a lackadaisical mind, or is it an emotion that's very unhealthy or toxic around other, that we portray within ourselves, and then it bleeds out onto other people around us? Is it addictions, whether they be the obvious addictions, whether it be cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, over-the-counter drugs that are addictive? Those are the obvious ones, but could it be sodas that we intake, or food? Food is super addicting. I am finding that out, changing my lifestyle. Food is very, very addicting, and emotions are attached to it. The way we eat, and I will say this time and time and time again, the way we eat truly affects the way we feel. Every time, every time, the way how we eat. And in my faith, we have scripture, Doctrine and Covenants, section 89, and it talks about conspiring works of evil men in the last days. And this was over 200 years ago. It was talking about that was going on. Can you imagine what it is now? It's 100-fold minimum. It's just the conspiring hearts of evil men to get gain over the masses. And so we were warned. We were given this word of wisdom. And in the scripture, it said, it is for the weakest of weak. It is for the weakest of weak saints. And lately, I have been thinking to myself, am I one of the weakest of weak saints? No, I want to be a strong one. I want to be a strong saint. I want to be someone that has strength in the mind, strength in the heart, strength in my physical aspect inside and out. I want to have strength spiritually. I want to be able to optimize that strength within, God and Christ within. I want to be able to optimize it. And so, we've been warned to watch out for these, and they do it a lot in foods. They use chemicals and drugs to alter our foods, and it is having a serious effect. So things that you think aren't addicting are addicting. So for my lifestyle, I have changed my lifestyle to a raw vegan, a raw vegetarian. I eat raw fruits and vegetables, nuts, living whole foods that will feed and sustain my body. And I didn't realize, yes, I've done this a few times in the past. And so now I do. I totally understand it now. But back then, I didn't realize in my 20s when I had switched over just to help clear up my face and then go back to eating how I ate. Back then, I didn't know that food is such an addiction. Cooked food is an addiction. If you don't think what I'm doing is hard, it is not for the faint of heart. It is a hard thing. And I have switched my lifestyle to raw eating, of not cooking my fruits and vegetables and eating them fresh in their natural state. And I'm the only one in my household that's doing it. And I have a large household. And it is hard. It's hard because I am feeding my family. I kind of sprung this on my household last minute, so I'm not holding them to the fire, right? I'm doing this for me. I want to feel good, and I'm doing this for me. And so I'm making the meals that my family enjoys and that I used to enjoy with them and eat with them, but I no longer eat what they eat. And so it's really hard. And I'm like, wow, food is addictive. And especially the first 3 weeks, right? The first 3 weeks, if you've been on the sad standard American diet your whole life, food is clearly an addiction. You ask someone to fast and go without food, they're going to balk and, I can't do that. I can't go without food. But it's so important that we must learn how to overcome the natural man and the things that the evils of this world have put into our food. I love this book that I have read. It is called oh my goodness, what is it called? It is called Food and Behavior, A Natural Connection. And it's by Barbara Stitt. She wrote this book in 1986, and it is just as true then as it is today. Food and Behavior, A Natural Connection is clearly states on a scientific level, and I mean, worded in a way that I can't put into words because I don't have that, medical knowledge background, whatever scientific background, but it's been proven that what we are eating and putting into our systems affects our actions, our mood, how we feel from inside, and then portraying it on the outside. It truly does. It has an effect. And so, what's ruling our day? What addictions? What is controlling us? Is, so that's just something that I'm like, find out the things that are controlling it and overcome it. We have the power within to overcome. And honestly, that's what it's taken for me, is a lot of prayer. This go around having a lifestyle change, I didn't include God as much, not on an integral. I didn't think, it was just like, I'm doing this on my own and this is hard. And now I'm like, no, I've got God and Christ in me. I've got their help. And they know that food is addicting. They know the evil hearts of men in the last days of getting people addicted to things. It's so important that we overcome if we want to be strong, that we overcome those and to have health. And not only does overcoming things that are controlling us, not only is it going to help us on a physical level, but it helps on a spiritual, mental, and emotional. When I have been on the raw food diet every time, my clarity just kicked right in. Like I'm a lot sharper. I remember things, and I don't have brain fog. I'm only a week into changing my lifestyle, a week, and it's going to take me a few months to get there, to be like, oh, there's the clarity. It's coming. It takes time to digest and process. And usually, and I'm going to share a story. I broke out in acne. I mean, I have one on my chin, one up in here, and one on the side of my head. I've broken out in acne, and most people, when they break out in acne, or they have a rash, or they have a headache, or they have a stomach ache, or something's going on with their stomach and bloated, the first thing they want to do is complain, and they don't like it. But I have learned to have gratitude. It's your body talking to you. Our bodies talk to us all the time. What's going on within our body system? If we are breaking out in the skin is the extension of our liver. If you are having breakouts, if you have acne problems and you're breaking out, your liver is suffering. Your liver is struggling, and it's important to get that liver cleaned up by changing from an acid diet to an alkaline diet, and getting rid of all the greasy foods, fried foods. Just, that's what will help, getting rid of all that. And if you drink alcohol, getting rid of that, because that's super toxic to the liver. It's important to clean that liver and help that liver out, because our skin is the extension. And so I've been on this raw food diet going on a week, and now the impurities are starting to come out. It's a detox. It's coming out of my system. And I am like, I got excited when I saw, it started coming out yesterday and then today. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have acne. This is exciting, because this just means my body is, sorry, my phone is going to, oh, yep, it fell. Anyway, okay, there we go. So my body is going through detox, and I'm excited that I'm like, okay, this just means impurities are coming out, toxins, and we must not freak out. We just must go, okay, what's going on within our bodies? How do we address this? But if we're just going to use the topical thing, like, in the past I'd go, oh, like let's throw some tea tree oil on the acne, or whatever your acne treatments are, over the counter, whatever you choose to use. I always went with a holistic route, but whatever it is, that's what people tend to do. And all that does is put a Band-Aid on it. It might get rid of it, but the problem is still there. It's still, the root of the problem is still there. You just covered it with a Band-Aid and it went away for a while, but it'll resurface, I promise. And so it's important to get to the root of the problem with our health. And I've had to learn how to do that because I've had a weak constitution. I was born as a sickly person and I struggled. I fought for my life for a long time. And, and a lot of people, it's like, why do I do this? I do this to feel good. I do this to feel good, but I was born so sickly. Another reason why I do it is to give honor back to my parents because they taught me truths. They taught me the truth of how to take charge of our health. We can take charge of our health and we are in charge. And we have no one else to blame for our health. So if we're having physical health issues, which I'm in my late 40s, and people start complaining about their health into their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And I don't want to be complaining about my health. Poor health. I want to be praising God for great health. And I am grateful for the knowledge that I have. And if I can help just one person on their journey of having better health and clarity of mind and just feeling good. And when we feel good physically, it helps boost our mental and emotional health. It just truly does. But just know that there's a detox phase. I mean, day 2 into this, Day 2 in a raw food diet, I'm just letting you know, because I came right off of a standard American diet, a SAD diet, where I was eating anything and everything that I wanted, right along with my household, okay? But it catches up to me, and it catches up to everybody, whether you are sickly or not. Eventually, it does catch up to everybody in some form or fashion. So I lost my thought. See, I still have brain fog. Oh, that's where I was at. So I go off and I changed this diet a week ago, but day 2 into it, I got so angry. I was just mad and I was dealing with all sorts of negative emotions that I haven't seen in myself in a long time. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it's a detox. And I was talking to my dad on the phone because he's on the same journey with me of health. He's my inspiration. And so he's on this journey of health and he was like, yeah, your cells record everything. They record everything. So you're hanging, your body is just releasing that anger and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. It does. We hold on to things on a cellular level. And then when we are putting clean foods and things into our system, it detoxes and it cleans that out. And boy, I can't even stand to be around myself. Nobody could stand to be around me in my family. And so just know you're going to have, before things start looking better for you, it's going to start to look, it's going to be ugly and you might even be worse off than when you started to go on your healing journey of a better lifestyle, because it's called the detox period and you need to give yourself a good 3 to 6 months to clean stuff out. And, but I am already feeling the amazing benefits. My digestive system is sweet. It's not perfect yet, but it's so much better than it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So I am so grateful for the change that better eating, clean eating has for a body. And I just encourage anybody to join this journey with me. On that note, if you're not willing to change the way you eat, change your thought system, your thought patterns, how you think. Go from negative to positive and think positive. Replace those negative thoughts. Have gratitude. Have gratitude for everything. Have gratitude for everything you eat. That will help at least raise that energy of the vibration of the food you eat. But I guarantee you, when you change this and your heart, when you're working on clearing out the negativity and working on, having a new rewiring your neural pathways and thinking better, then I guarantee you're going to start to gravitate to healthier food options. Your body's going to be like, oh, I think I do want that salad. Oh, yeah, that sounds good for some reason. So you'll get there on your journey. Everybody's on their own journey where they're at, but it's so important to listen to God within. Okay, we all have this intuition. We all know what's good for our bodies and what's not. Truth is truth, and you just can't deny that. So God bless you on your healing journey. Please like and subscribe to this channel, share it with others, and until next time, bye.